What's going on, everybody? Kinda here. Welcome back to another video, guys. So I actually have like 15 minutes before I have to get ready for work, and I decided let me just make some YouTube for y'all. I have my oatmeal for breakfast, and so without further ado, let's get on to it. Today's topic is rebuilding what has been broken, and really just hopping on to the last video I talked about, because some people don't realize that they're lacking confidence issues, or else their dreams will be achievable. So without further ado, let's get on to it. Also, this tastes pretty fire. And disclaimer, I am not a professional. Please seek medical professional help. I'm literally just experiencing like my life, right? Experiencing the reality, and just through educational and entertainment purposes only. Like, again, please seek professional help. Go to a therapist if you need to. But let's get on with the video, okay? So I went to an event the other day, and there was a statistic that said 75% of like Americans are overweight. It used to be 1 out of every 3 people, but if you go out in public, it's like 2 out of 3 people. So obesity is an all-time high. Medical issues are at an all-time high. And so the only place you have to return to is your body. And that's where I want to first get in with this, okay? It doesn't matter if you do the spiritual route, the mental route, the emotional route, the physical route. Eventually, with an open mind and a clear heart, you will be able to access all those aspects. What do I mean? What does kind of mean? Okay, what I simply mean is, if you're someone that really loves exercising and you want to learn exercising. Don't be fucking learning spiritual shit if that's not your first language. For me, I love spirituality. I love observation. I love talking to God, right? So it's just easier for me to understand when people speak through the language of spirituality. So when I'm trying to build my confidence, I need to know, what language do I speak? Are you more mindset driven? Are you more sensitive and emotional, right? It's beautiful. Are you more of, like a gym person, or you like to hike, or so whatever vessel or vehicle that you're able to communicate with to become the best version of yourself, this confident version, please, please, please don't apologize for using that. And so for me is, I learn best when I'm literally sitting in front of a book. That's how I learn. Or when I'm learning about philosophy and ideologies and like, how does one overcome something. Some people, really learn when they listen to love stories, or when they go on a hike. They become very much aware. So what vehicle do you use the most? Are you more auditory? Do you like to get into your mind a lot? So don't ever for 1 second think that there's a correct way to be successful or to be confident. What vehicle are you using? Are you more tapped into your body? Are you more tapped into your spirit? Are you more tapped into your mind or your heart? It doesn't matter, but what does matter is making sure that we're opening ourselves up and aligning our spirit, our mind, our heart, and our body to become the best version of ourselves. And the reason why I say this is because we can get so focused on becoming the best version in one thing, we neglect others. Like, I've met great entrepreneurs that suck at relationships. I've met great spiritual leaders that their family is in poverty. So again, this conversation goes back to, what is confidence? Confidence is a decision that you decide to do. It's something that you're putting your life on the line for. And so in this case, okay, if you're trying to be the most confident version, like, what the hell do you actually want? For me, I knew I wanted abs. Hello. Okay, I'm eating my oatmeal. I'm trying. All right. For some people, it might be, I want to go to school. For some people, it might be, I want to motivate people. I want to be a motivational speaker. So whatever that is, like, make a clear decision. Like, y'all see my vision board back there. One day your girl's going to pop off and you're going to look back at it and be like, dang, she's actually right. But I'm just kidding. So again, confidence comes from a decision that you decide to do. And also, it comes from the coexisting of discouragement. Excuse me, I'm not feeling the best here. I felt like I had to share this book. 1 second, y'all. This is the book. It's a kid's book. I know, I picked it up. It's probably my sister's. I don't know what it's doing in my room. But it talks about the journey. And it's so simple, but it's so real. People think that when you're trying to be this confident version and be the best of yourself, that you need to have X, Y, and Z, and that, all your problems will be solved if you just have the resources. Like, that's the biggest lie that darkness uses, is like, why do you have to go out there to be better in here? So this book, okay, talks about the fact that it's the same concept, picking up sticks, like picking up bamboo trees, whatever. Meaning, the ability to wake up in the morning and do your everyday average things is nothing different than you running a business or you having a family. It is just a set of skills, knowledge, and desire. That's all that simply is. That's what confidence is. The only reason why you're not confident is either one, your soul is trying to tell you, hey, this is not where you're supposed to belong. You're confident if you know something. So if you don't know who you are, the world will tell you what you are. And if the world tells you what you are, you're going to have an identity crisis and literally continue to attract shit that doesn't belong to you. So again, the first step, right, is what do I actually want? It sounds so cliche, but you're basically a condensation of conditionings and conditioned. You're conditioned to believe this, and the environment around you, yeah, you're not crazy. The hardest part is believing that you could ever amount to anything when the whole world is set up for you to fail and you don't even know it and you think it's your fault. Like, it goes back to the idea of if you're working a night shift, like me, I currently switch to days. I'm like, why can't I'm having brain fog, can't remember, like I'm drinking caffeine. And I was reading stats on it. People that have night shift, you know, your brain is really running out of fuel and it's trying to utilize every energy. And I'm over here blaming myself when it is the night schedule and the decision. I couldn't even, like, I don't want to drive behind the wheel and pass out. Like, so I had to switch to day shifts and that required extra effort. You know, I'm re-switching my life to a point where everything that I do is inhibiting some type of confidence. Like, I feel confident when I wake up early in the morning. As sure as I wasn't confident during night shift, it didn't work for me. And I feel confident when I'm going to the gym and, you know, I'm taking like honey as my pre-workout versus eating 6 donuts, which I used to do back in the day. So again, confidence is a freaking decision. That's all it is. And don't let the world tell you that there's something wrong with you for wanting better. Again, you don't apologize for arriving and for wanting something better. Again, I'm not promoted by this book, but this book really changed my life. And who would have thought a child's book has so much deep meaning into it? And so, again, confidence requires you to know exactly what you want. When you see the most successful people, the one thing they have is they know what they want and they're not willing to apologize for it because it's ingrained in their soul. So for you, my friend, it could be as simple as like, well, do you want to be an influencer? Do you want to be a doctor? Do you want to be some type of impact in this world? That's the first step. Know what you want. The second step is to take skills and knowledge to back up who you say you are. So if you were destined to be a teacher, well, maybe you should probably get a degree. Maybe you should let the universe teach you how to be a teacher and let the life make its laws around you, right? You should, whatever that looks like to you, don't let society's typical, oh, this is what you need to be physically to be a teacher. Some of the best teachers I know are not teachers in school. Like, my mom is one of the best teachers. So is my dad. So is ex relationships and terrible business deals. Like, people think that you need to have X, Y, and Z to be something, and that is the biggest lie. The world has robbed you of your identity, and you don't even know who the fuck you are. So why would you blame yourself for not being confident? Because it's not taught in school. So give yourself some grace. Again, the first thing is to know what you want, and the second thing is to back it up with skills and knowledge. So for me, I wanted to have abs within at least 5 months, 6 months of January. So end of June. And I was going through my depressive stage, and so I was eating a lot of shit. My gut was fucked up. I just was not in the right mind. So I wanted abs, okay? That is what I wanted. And an abs to me is like discipline. It represents the willingness to pick yourself back up again, despite the discouragement, despite you seeing yourself the same 200 pounds that you know you're not, but you see yourself that way. So it's like that symbolism is so important to me. Now, it's about to be the end of May here soon, in a couple weeks. I have a month and a half left. Even if I don't get abs and it's just like a snatched waist, that's good enough for me because I was pretty heavy on my waist area and I was heavy growing up. And I gained like up to 200 pounds, by the way. So this ab thing is like a big thing for me. And it's not just, oh, it looks nice. It's everything behind the veil that is just representing in physical form. So, excuse me, once I decided, okay, I'm gonna get abs Conde, and I heard these voices in my head like, you could eat the pizza. So I went on a 1,500 calorie deficit, and mind you, I've been on fasting before, so I would fast 16 hours every day. And then I, end up getting sick a little bit. And so I ended up relapsing. I ended up burning out, and I had to switch to day shifts. I wasn't eating straight. I was gaining weight, but I wasn't gaining muscle, meaning I was just eating crappy food. And so I started taking herbs. I started detoxing. I started doing foot soaks. I started changing my diet. I started incorporating more raw fruit food. I started getting more sunlight. So when I say, okay, here's abs, I purchased courses, classes, I watched podcasts, I listened to books and all that stuff. That's the skill and the knowledge. It's the how, it's the what, right? And why is my desire? The reason why I wanted abs is because I'm trying to honor Conde all the times that she didn't love herself, all the times that she fucked up her gut eating fast food 4 times a day, all the times she pulled in 400,000 calories every other day, 4,000 calories every day, because I was just fucking mad depressed. I literally gained so much weight, and I was in a really toxic relationship with myself. It manifested to my reality. I took ownership. So this ab isn't just, oh, it looks nice. It is the accumulation of toxic thoughts and habits that no longer serve. Again, I'm not saying abs represent all of discipline. I'm simply just saying that it is very hard to achieve when 2 out of 3 people are obese in this world. So you have to literally hype yourself up, not from a place of you're better than them or they're better than you, but you're defying the odds. And you don't have to win a Nobel Peace Prize to want something good for yourself or to build confidence. Don't let other people's extraordinary success stop you from being the best version of you. I let those $1 million people subconsciously validate my low self-worth. And I'm on the process of becoming that. So confidence is the coexisting of, you will feel discouraged and you'll feel empowered. You will feel sad like you will feel happy. There are days where you quit working out, or there are days where you go back. It is just about what exactly is your decision. It is the decision and the response to the external reaction, right? Whether it's your thoughts, whether it's people telling you can't do something, that's what makes confidence a decision. It is something you literally have to be willing to do. And again, do I want to eat oatmeal? Do I actually? Yeah, I haven't had oatmeal in like a year. Okay, not a big fan of oatmeal, but I realized, okay, if I don't eat correctly, I'm gonna burn out and do sugar cravings and all that X, Y, and Z. So I need to be locked in. And what I mean is, like, it's just something that you have to fucking do. You hear it all the time, but I will say is that what has helped me overcome any fear is to understand where it came from in the first place. If you were created, that means you have to look at your creator. How did they create you? Did your mother conceive you in a time of fear and doubt? Because that child will seek out the frequency of that. That's an interesting fact, and it is proven. Whatever your mother and your father has experienced, you're conceived at that moment in time, right? So like, do you blame yourself for experiencing fear and doubt and shame and going through your dark journey? No, that's the way that you were dealt with, but that doesn't mean that's who you have to be now. So my mother raised me when she had no job. They were running away from the government in Thailand and Burma. We fled to a refugee camp. And so she was really, really scared. She's just a girl having a child having a child. And I have her autobiography of what she had to write when she came to the United States, and it is the most saddest thing. Like, I've cried, but when it comes to my parents, like, I don't play. And reading, it makes me tear up. Reading her story, it's just like, she's so strong, but she tells me don't be like her. Like, what do you mean? So everything that I do, from, oh my gosh, my confidence to my videos, is to honor what my mom could have had, but she just didn't, because she had to survive for me to thrive. And so when I say it is so important that you feel the best version of yourself and you decide the best, even if you can't believe it, is to honor everybody that has left this earth who didn't know what peace felt like, who didn't know what love felt like. And it is your responsibility to be the best version of yourself, because only then can your presence truly liberate somebody else, because you're giving them permission to do the same. And like I always say, before I wrap this up, please know what you want. Find the skills and knowledge to do so, and your reason beyond meaning. Like, you have to have something greater than yourself that keeps you going. For me, is the little girl that was really neglected and abandoned. And every time I step towards my dream, where I pray, where I meditate, and even though I don't have the $1 million house or whatever society says is successful, like, I'm showing up for my younger self, and I'm showing up for my mother who never had that. And now she's the most feminine she's ever been. She knows she's safe and taken care of because I'm here. Do you see how that works? Like, do you see the power of personal development? Is you're not just, at first, the first 3.5, 4 years while I was doing personal development, and people don't talk about this, is you don't really see change. But when you like look your best, feel your best, when you're working and you're creating this whole reality, people start to peep that shit. And my girls have been more confident than they've ever been. And it's so crazy how when you pour into yourself, give it a couple years, and I promise you those around you will either leave or you will actually impact the people that needed to be impacted. Because they just need to see sometimes bad shit happens to you, so that way people around you can look at what you doing, so that way you give them permission to do the same. So again, like I always say, be fruitful, go forth and multiply Christ consciousness. Let me get to my job, guys.